starting every episode.
What's that?
I like them feet. I can get with it.
I can get in with them.
I can get in with it.
I can get in with them.
Is that depending on if it's clean or not?
Oh, I don't do grocery store feet.
What's a grocery store feet?
Oh boy.
What is it?
They're dirty, bro. They dirty.
Like the Walmart feet.
Yeah, grocery store feet.
Like Walmart?
Yes, you pick
Oh,
them
like
up,
you
they got
like
some-
you're in a grocery store.
Yeah.
Oof.
Ooh, it's rough.
They're black, brown.
It's a situation.
I'm not about it.
Not about it.
Ooh, I just bumped their.
Oh my goodness, you're killing me, dude.
Am I?
Can you please stop touching my equipment?
Is it good? I thought you had it locked down.
I do have it locked down, but I mean, if you're gonna come at it with 250 pounds,
I can't help with this big knee.
I ain't got it locked down like that. Do you have knee surgery?
No.
Why's your knee look like jacked up?
It's just messed up, man. It's a lot
I
of-
can't. This chair is like, I'm really leaning back here.
I feel like I'm knocking the sheetrock off your wall.
The chair's upright. All right, hold on.
He feels uncomfortable.
I'm at
He's
12.
making me feel a little uncomfortable.
very-
Oh, there we go. That's better.
I'm at 12 o'clock.
He feels like I feel like we got him tied down over here.
Well, I mean, that's his fault. You- Are you stuck?
I'm good.
All right, cool.
Yeah, if
So,
we had
hey,
a fire emergency, that'd be crap out of luck.
Am I okay to start the podcast?
I feel like you're locked in there. Here you go.
You prepared to ride that for 30 minutes?
I think I'm good. If I had a little more cordage in my lap, maybe.
Well, roll it up, man.
Are we just going motivational quotes? Or are we doing anything else?
All right,
What
yeah,
you got?
We're good.
You'll find out. You'll see.
All right. He's locked. He's already got it. I see. All right. Cool. I'll just go for the flow.
Yes, do it.
Buckle up. Here we go.
All right. That's an audio clap for you guys. Week 2.
Audio clap.
One of these weeks I'm going to get y'all to do it, but you're not there yet. Don't confuse it now. Don't throw another clap in.
True enough.
How are you guys doing?
Doing well. No complaints. Had
Yeah.
a wonderful day.
How was your day yesterday?
Enjoyed this fellowship.
Yes.
Yesterday we did some
You know what part of yesterday I'm talking about.
mountain hiking, I would say.
Yeah?
It's good. I enjoyed it.
Were you in the front of the pack or the back of the pack? Like, where's your mountain hiking?
I was up there in the lead.
Yeah.
I'm the leader.
Were you navigating? Like, you had the plan?
No, it was the first time I'd ever been there.
Why don't
so
you pull that mic up to your mouth a little bit?
That GPS going? Did you have?
Look,
No,
do me this.
I didn't
Yeah,
even take
tilt
my-
it.
I didn't-
Tilt it towards you. That way you can get it close. Yeah.
About that.
But look, you see how you're having to, like, lean to get in it?
Let me just. Oh, Brett just tried to.
Yeah, there we go.
What about that?
That's better, man.
All right.
I like to be able to hear you.
No, I didn't know where I was going. I just walking by faith, man. Just
Okay.
Decided that I would let her do her deal, and I'm just
Okay.
right there with her.
Did you get some good exercise?
I did. It's 3 miles.
You ate it all off this afternoon with
I
that
did.
banana pudding.
I know.
Yes.
Wait, did you have banana pudding?
Yes. I had a pizza, some of that
And cake?
twice, with some fruit on top of it, And
So
two.
that's healthy.
and 2 cupcakes.
Hold on. And Twizzlers.
And well,
Did you get a Twizzler?
I think the Twizzlers cancel out one of the cupcakes, maybe. Maybe I don't know. It is what it is.
I told Lindsay asked me yesterday. She said, Shirley wants to know what kind of candy Leaman like, or this morning. I was like, pretty much anything with red 40 in it.
All the dies.
Yeah. So that's what we got him. We got him everything with red 40 in it.
And a Sprite to wash it down with.
And a Sprite for good measure.
Yes.
So, oh God, I'm so freaking, like, I'm cooking in this microphone. I got to get a new mic. This is going to be this is going to be the only, I don't know if it's going to be the only bad podcast, but this is going to be the last bad podcast related to this microphone. Luckily,
About to exit out.
last week Chris didn't say much and he had it. Maybe next
Yeah.
week I'll just give it to him again.
That's right. I can do that.
So, you know, last week I had the introduction, so we had something to talk. I really didn't have a plan. I don't have much of a plan this week, but I did think of, like, I'm a big motivational quote kind of guy. Remember when we went and talked to the football team and,
You had your 5 bullet points.
yeah, I brought like a whole paper, right?
Yep.
I toned it down to like 1 bullet point.
Yes.
I think I ended up speaking on one thing, but dude, I was so fired up at my desk that day. I was like, I want to bring it all. I got all kinds of stuff I want to say. So because of that, I wanted to know what you guys think. Like what kind of I'll start off. Let's say that. I'll start off.
Okay.
So I've got a motivational quote that, and it doesn't have to be a motivational quote. It can be anything. It can be a Bible verse. It can be just a thought. It can be like a little reminder that you give yourself, pep talk, whatever. Mine is a motivational quote that I want to say it's Albert Einstein. I think that's who it is. I don't remember that part, but I know the quote by heart. It says, "Show me a man that's never made a mistake, and I'll show you a man that's never done anything new." And that was a great.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. That's one that, like, you just think about it for a little bit, and it hits you,
Yeah. If you're not putting yourself out there, you're not doing anything. You gotta. If you're not failing, you're not learning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the essence of the quote. Like, you're gonna fail, right? You're gonna hit the bottom. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna be in like those situations where you're at your wit's end or your last resort, or you think you are, right?
Sure.
And you think, man, I can't quit screwing up. And it's like, even one of the greatest minds in the world was like, man, if you show me a man that's never made a mistake, I'll show you somebody that's never tried anything new.
Right. Not growing.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So, what do you? I want to hear Chris first.
Oh goodness.
Oh, pull the phone out. Let's
I had to get it.
He's got to.
You told me to.
You got to go to that Google history.
You told me to go to.
So wait, does that mean you don't need any motivationals? Like, you don't have any? You just Chris and Jesus all getting it?
Yeah, first thing I do when I get up is Bible app every morning. I'm on like a 370-day streak.
What do you do? What's your go-to?
So I just get up and read the app, and then I'll open. Let's see. I'll open that up in the Bible and read through the passages, and then they always have someone that talks to you, and then there's like motivational quotes kinda after it.
So it's like a devotional?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I do. But you had mentioned earlier, and I don't know if I can say his name on the podcast.
Yeah,
but
feel free.
Craig Rochelle.
I knew it was going there.
Well, I quote him a lot.
I know, yeah.
It said, people talk about first what they value most. I posted this a couple weeks ago on Facebook, and I was like, let that sink in and meditate on that.
This is your post? Let that sink in?
Yeah, let that sink in.
So read it again.
People talk about first what they value most.
People talk about first what they value most.
So that could be anything, I'm guessing. So it's like, where are you putting your time in? What are your thoughts throughout the day? Like, I know people like to give me a hard time about my truck. Like, I idolize it. I used to get that a lot, and maybe it is an idol. I don't know, but if it is, it's a sin. So.
No, I mean, I think that's a line, right? I don't think there's a problem with having high value in something.
No, just as long as you don't put it in front of.
No, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
In front of.
In front of God. In front of
absolutely.
if it's more important to you than your family or God or your
Sure.
family or any of that, I think that's where you start being an idol.
Yeah.
So the truck could be an idol then.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, but it goes before God,
No. I'm talking about his truck could be.
Right.
Depends on if it's raining or not.
Yeah.
Well,
I've always heard that. Show me your bank statement, and I'll show you where your basically where your loyalties lie. Right? What your
Like the transactions.
yeah.
like what you're spending your money on.
Yeah. Show
okay.
me. Like if is it out to eat? Is it your family? Is it what's your where your money goes is where your loyalties lie.
I'm not gonna lie. My mom, we're in the process of moving my mom here, and we had to pull up like 6 months of her bank statements.
Yeah.
QVC, bro.
Yeah, right.
Buying them watches.
She's just wearing it out, man.
You can learn a lot about a person in their bank statements.
It doesn't tell you what she's buying, but she's paying $6.98 to a lot of different things every month.
Value pay.
Right.
It's like 368 payments of $6.
That's right.
Here's your toaster.
No interest.
Layaway.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I like the show me your bank statement too. That's you don't think about that because that's the most practical application of your values.
Yeah.
Or not so much your values, I guess, but your really your daily routine too.
Yeah.
Like what your habits are, I guess.
That's right.
That's good. I like that. Show me, and yours was. Wait, is that yours?
That could be.
That's
yours.
not yours.
It's not
Ooh,
mine,
that was
but
a good one.
that
Though.
was a good
He just It just brought a good point.
It was real good.
That is good. Show me.
Pull the mic over here.
Wait, show me your bank statement and I'll show you your values?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, mine had value in it too.
A lot of show me. Show me a man. Show me your bank
Show
statement.
me.
It's like. So, read yours again.
People talk about first what they value most.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can apply that to a lot of things. I mean, talking about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, talking about people that are quick to complain, right?
I'm with you there.
Very true.
That's good. I like that. Well, I don't have nothing, so is that it, guys? I'm just kidding.
I'm out.
All right, let's hear it, Brett.
So one I don't have to look up. It's I always heard it from Bear Bryant, but my dad used to always say it to me when I was a kid. Always expect the unexpected.
That's so cliche.
Right?
It's a good one, though.
Yeah. It's one that
Expect the
hangs with
unexpected.
you know?
Yeah.
So when we leave the house, I'm like, do I need to bring this? Do I need to bring that? I'm like, always expect the unexpected.
So you just bring everything everywhere?
Take it all.
Yeah, I'm ready to go,
And it
man.
never fails.
Boy Scout.
Never fails the one thing you didn't expect, or the one thing you didn't bring is the one you
That's
needed.
right.
That's how
That's
it
right.
goes, man.
They're like, we're always cold. You know, I'm like, we'll bring a sweatshirt, right?
Yeah.
But
Then it's hot.
yeah, but you try even like in life, you try to expect what's not normal, right? What's
Mhm.
coming. I think that's
Wow.
being prayerful. I think.
Okay.
You know, being led by the Spirit.
That's
I think
right.
a lot of that has to do with. You can bring that in biblically. You can bring it in the world too. You know,
Yeah.
just everyday life with your work, your job. You know, everything like that too.
I try not to expect the unexpected as much as anticipate.
Yes.
I think expect is almost like speaking it out, right? Like this is gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
expect to me is almost a bad word.
Well,
Like
to
it
me
sets
is
like a level
is-
of
Well, you know, like the Lord said, there's always going to be burdens. There's always going to be difficulties. So expect
Mhm.
those things. Be ready for them. Right?
yeah. Well, that's another to me better way to say it too is be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be prepared, right? Be prepared for the unexpected.
And then this one I've always liked is there's no growth in the comfort zone.
He's got
He's
got
two.
three.
He got
That's three.
Good
That's three
Lord, I want to
actually.
find it
No
out.
growth in the comfort zone.
Yeah.
We're going
Yeah,
sports here.
That's right.
'Cause
No
this can
growth.
go kind of anywhere, right? Being
Yeah.
being uncomfortable is where I grow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're comfortable in anything, like you're not either learning or you're not growing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
So
I'm gonna hit two also because
Yeah.
I'm bringing it up.
do it.
You never want to be the smartest man in the room.
Oh, that's good.
Man, if you're the smartest man in the room, you're doing something wrong,
That's
buddy.
right.
That's the growth. That's the uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
The smartest man in the room is the most comfortable guy there
Yeah.
because he's got everybody on him.
That's right.
Everybody's under him, right? Everybody is like leaning to him. He runs the show, you know.
What a boring world if you're always the smartest guy.
Golly.
You never learn in that way.
Yeah.
I try to get to be the smartest guy in the room, and then I try to move rooms.
Right. Let's trade in.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here and
I'm
get
too
to the
smart
next
for you
crowd.
guys today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go next door.
All right, appreciate it, guys. I'm out. So if I ever change friend groups, it's like
Right.
just know
You'll know what happened. Yeah.
I'm stepping up. I went above.
Always expect that.
So I'm two. Brett's got three. Chris, you ain't laying another. Are
I
you
have
googling?
never known a man who received Christ and ever regretted it.
Oh, that's
Billy
good.
Graham.
That's good. Never known a man that received Christ and regretted it. That's good.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
That's true. Truly received Christ.
Truly
Truly.
received.
Not acted like it.
How about another one?
Oh, now we're just reading them.
He's just rolling them off.
You could make excuses or you could make progress, but you can't make them both.
Well, they say you can pick your friends and you can pick
Yeah.
your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
That's right.
Only a true friend.
Well, yeah, I guess you could.
Speaking of, I'm just waiting for one of them to come around the corner 150 miles an hour.
He was picking it earlier, wasn't it? Oh, that's good.
Oh, kids.
I usually
Love
have a bunch of them. Like there's a few, man, that hit me really good, and I can't remember
Yeah.
some of them. But
I
when
li-
you hear them, like they
Yeah,
just
I like Jocko a lot.
Who's that?
Jocko Willenick. He's the
Yeah.
Navy SEAL. He's man. You look him up. He's got quote after quote.
Yeah.
He's got books, extreme ownership, leadership,
Mhm.
stuff like that. And I like to read through those, and they'll get you going.
Yeah.
You're ready to run
Get you
through a
fired
wall.
up,
you
that's
know?
right.
Yeah, they're good stuff.
like a is he like a clean David Goggins or Groggins or whatever?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
He gets me fired up, but man, sometimes I'm like, bro,
I don't know I know him or not.
he's the dude that's real skinny and runs like 1,000 miles in a stretch.
Yeah.
All he does is talk about like there was this one podcast where this dude was talking to him and he was like listing off some typical excuses.
Mhm.
And the dude's listening to him. David's listening to him, and this guy's like, "Man, what about when people say they're tired and like I slept in late?" And like he just named off 2 excuses, right? And instead of like continuing the conversation, David's like, "Keep going."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Keep listening. Go ahead. Keep." He's like, "This get me going." Keep. I'm like, "Bro,
Like the guy from
easy,
Karate
easy
Kid.
killer."
He's in it. Yeah.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
That guy.
Hey, props to him though, man. That dude's accomplished some crazy stuff
Absolutely.
He is.
that
Yeah.
most people never even like. He said he's did like a 300-mile race.
Yeah. There's some crazy
Is
stuff.
he a local guy or is he?
No,
No,
he's
I
big.
don't know.
Yeah, like
He's a guy that can push his mental and physical body.
Didn't
to
he used to be
extreme
overweight?
Limits. I think so.
yeah, like that was he was a SEAL, right? He
Mhm.
turned into a Navy SEAL.
Interesting.
Yeah,
These guys
dude,
are a different breed.
Extreme.
he's definitely a different breed. Like when it comes to mental strength, I think that's a tough thing that I know I struggle with all the time, man. I'm physically able to do a lot of things. Mentally,
Mhm.
I gotta
I'm
put in a
with
little work to get there.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
If I'm in the moment, I can handle mental things, but I guess the mental discipline of things.
Yeah, I can handle mental things. I never want to.
Yeah.
I never want to handle them. I'm always like,
Yeah.
But if you're forced, yeah, if you're in the moment or if you're in a situation where you don't have any choice, like you deal.
Mhm. Make it work.
What about float like a butterfly, sting like a bee?
That's my main man right there. I see
see
you
him.
eyeballing that
I
thing.
see him up there on the wall.
Got the old, that glove signed by him
Is it?
That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
back in '91, which was, if I recall, that was right after he changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was my father-in-law. He got that autographed,
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
and I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, "When did you box?" And he was like, "Why don't you read it?" And I was like, "I can't read it." And he goes, "See if you look at that last name." And I was like, Is this Muhammad Ali? I was like, yes,
That's
sir.
awesome.
That's
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
I like it.
He wasn't the greatest, like in some things, but the
Mhm.
dude knew he was the best when it come to boxing.
Yeah,
That's right.
No doubt about that.
There was a cool video of him and Mike Tyson on like a talk show back when Mike was in his prime, and he was like jumping around and Mike was giving him some footwork and stuff.
Mhm.
Or no, maybe it wasn't back in his prime. It was more recent because Ali was like, you could tell his health had deteriorated. He was kind of like
Right.
years away or a couple years away from the from passing or whatnot. But Tyson, like Ali was at the point where he was kind of not there. Like he was there, but he was just kind of like he seemed in a daze.
Right.
But when Mike got up and started like hitting some footwork,
Turned it on.
yeah, Ali was like, you could see him like he wanted to get in there and start
Muscle
moving
memory.
with him. Yeah, it was so cool to see.
Yeah, Mike's still pretty tough. I've seen him on some podcasts and
Yeah.
some YouTube stuff, and
Have you seen
He
the
still
video
moves
of
around
him where
pretty
he's talking about like the warrior that's in him and like how he's like completely stopped that? Dude, it's real, man. It's
Yeah.
like you see Mike Tyson as a raw individual in that thing. He's like breaking down crying, like talking about
Yeah.
like that's not me no more, and he's like, and it sucks because like
Yeah.
that's all I know, and man, he's like, I can't let it out because
where's
if
his
it ever
identity?
comes out, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, that's
It's
all
tough.
I studied war. That's all I know.
yeah,
Dude's a beast. That was the heyday of boxing, man.
Man, so good. Evander and
Good
and
stuff.
Tyson.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Float like a butterfly. How do you apply that? Go ahead, give me that since you want to throw that quote out, because that was the second part of this. Is how do you apply that quote to your life?
Mm.
It's kind of like there's one saying that I'm going to relate to. It had something to do with walking lightly and carrying a big stick. Have you ever heard anything
Churchill?
like that?
Was that
Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
was that who it is?
I think
I
so.
feel like it's
Walk lightly and carry a big stick.
something like that. And I
Talk
probably
softly
yeah, and carry
and carry a big stick.
yeah.
Jordan Peterson? No, what's the guy's name? Is that him?
Yeah, that's the name.
It is a name. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
I think that's his name. He's like a real skinny guy, and he's like a motivational speaker.
The
kinda
new
deal.
guy. Yeah. Yeah.
He's a little older. He said that too. He's like, what's the oh man, I can't remember. He said being a weak man, there's no power in being a weak man.
That's right.
There's power in being a strong man
Mhm.
and reserving it and
Oh,
like
yeah.
holding it back.
Yeah.
Like that's the power. You know what I mean? Having the strength and having the willpower or the wherewithal to reserve it and be a modest man, to be not modest. I can't remember the term he used, but that hit me good too. I was like, man,
Yeah.
that's such a good like.
Yeah, it takes a lot of discipline to be
Exactly,
that guy.
yeah, to not go off the rails, and I think
A
that's
lot of
where
wisdom.
a lot of men
Maturity.
struggle is knowing that balance of like when to be the the man that you need to be, and when to like hold back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Be that reserved person, and they get those lines crossed.
Mhm.
But that was, man, it's so much powerful discussion on manhood.
Yeah, because everybody can come in and scream at your kids or yell at your wife, but it takes a real man to be able to hold back those emotions
That's
Yeah.
right.
and teach your kids, or actually have a conversation with your wife and
Yeah,
let her be a part
real.
of that. Yeah.
Mhm. They say tear down the wall a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people want to just be a man, and some people want to they want to pick and choose what aspects of a man they want to be, right?
That's
I want to
right.
be the angry man,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And then like, no, I want to be the strong man that never shows any emotion,
Mhm.
right? And
Got to be vulnerable. Be open to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
At certain times, but you
you'll
know,
miss a lot of opportunities if you can't.
Yeah, absolutely. With and you guys being married, it's I feel like it's a lot different for y'all.
Mhm.
I'm not against it by any means, but I try to play the part of family when we're over here all hanging out. And
Yeah.
it used to be kind of different and weird for me, but now it's kind of like I don't have to second guess things.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I know,
What do you mean different and weird?
Well, I just know how you guys raise your children,
Yeah.
and I've learned from that, and know that y'all are godly men, and I'm like kind of aspire to be that one day, if
Is
so.
it, were you different before? Like, did you have different
I just
envisioning
didn't-
of how you would?
Yeah, and I didn't have a whole lot of, let's say, background in being
Okay.
around other friends' kids, because not all my friends have kids. The only thing
Yeah.
I had to
Family,
as example
right.
was family, and I'm not gonna. That's another podcast.
Episode
Um,
3.
Yeah.
Is it how you would
Absolutely.
raise your kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I feel like if I say something to one of y'all's kids, if they're out of line, it's the same thing y'all would say, or you would expect me to say it,
Or at least
because-
very similar,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
It may not be the same thing or the same delivery, but we understand the principles are going to be
Yeah.
the same, right?
Yeah.
You're,
Is that like the concept? It takes a village, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
you're welcome to get onto my children, right? You're welcome to discipline.
yeah, I feel bad sometimes still. Sometimes I'm like, Brian,
Mhm.
what are you doing? And then I'm like, oh, Brett heard me.
I'm like
Handle
louder.
your business. I'm going to get in when
Get
you're
'em.
done.
Yeah, because a lot of times they'll listen to you
Sure.
in that moment. They're like, "What, Mr. Leaman?"
He got on to me.
But they need that. They need more than just me.
They do.
Right? They need other godly men, other good fathers, and even just to be around. you know?
Yeah. I will say, I think that's the biggest problem with our world we have today.
That's right.
Leadership.
Is it no, just a lack of men.
Yeah.
Like a man. Hmm.
Yep. And I'm not talking about men like to, you know, to dominate or to, you know, make it more. I'm talking about men to guide their families.
Mhm.
Yeah.
To
Yeah. And even those kids that don't have families, having those men like
Community
today,
men.
Yeah, you have them come along with you, and you show them what it's like to be a real man,
Yeah.
to love on somebody.
It's funny you say what it's like to be a real man, to love on somebody,
Mhm.
That's right.
because that's not what a lot of people would say. What it's like to be a
Sure,
real man, right?
Sure.
Most of those people aren't real men, but anyway,
Yeah.
that's also another podcast.
That's right. That's
Episode
number
4.
4.
Man, we're laying them out today.
Man,
That's right.
We got a
tell
few
you.
on the docket.
I
We
kinda
probably
feel-
won't remember it.
I feel like too that they thought I was kind of like the fun uncle at first, and at some
They took
point-
advantage of that.
Yeah, at some point I don't know if something clicked and is like maybe he means business. I don't know. I still haven't figured
A
that
few
out.
of them still don't think that.
Yeah, I mean I'm about to take a belt off or something.
Chris has got a truck that he loves, and it's a nice truck. And these kids, it's their favorite thing to do to lick this truck.
Man, Bryant thinks it's a lollipop. I'm like, bro, I know a 44-year-old man smoked you across the parking lot at the high school. You ain't got to be mad.
He straight up licked your truck. I
He
remember
did,
that.
And he was like,
And then he took his hands and went straight down the hood of my car.
pretty
These,
sure he was
these
crawling
kids
on
have been like just from early age. It's just like people picking on them at
Yeah.
all times, so they think that's like how you do it. Right?
That's the communication.
yeah.
Yeah.
From pastor to everybody. As soon as they come in, it's go time. Fighting,
Yeah.
Wide open.
picking, pulling ears, wedgies. So they're like, all right, that's how we relate. You know,
They're tough.
They're like, that's how I love you. I lick your car.
Yeah.
You know, that's how they mess with you.
That's how they learn too, man. I was out. We were out dove hunting yesterday, and my boss was with me, and his son was there, and he's 6. Man, this mic is so hot. Look at this. That's just me touching the cable. So dumb. I'm getting a new mic the moment we get done here. So anyway, he was out with us, and we were dove hunting. And you ever heard of those elephant ants?
Yes, the big old.
They're red.
Yeah.
They got like a red back to them. Dude, they're nuts. Like apparently they sting
They will
like
light
really
you
bad.
up, I hear.
They have wings?
No, they're just ants. They're fat, man. They're huge. They look like little M&Ms running around the ground, but it's nuts.
Can I look that
Yeah,
up?
Google it. You should while I'm talking. So,
M&M just nuts. I like that.
hey, that was a little pun intended. So, he sees one on the ground right where we're setting up. We've been sitting in this chair all day, and he sees one on the ground and tries to pick it up. And I'm like, he gets stung immediately. And Leaman's like, I told him not to pick it up. And he goes over to his dad, and he's like, Dad, it stung my finger. And his dad looked at him. He said, boy, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough.
Man, that's another good saying. I say that a lot. I do.
If you're going to be dumb, you
I
got to
do.
be tough.
Yes.
That's the Johnny Cash thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
That
right.
dude right there?
No, give me that. I'll find it for you. Did you Google elephant ant?
I did.
All right, hold on, let's see
I probably
here.
misspelled it wrong.
Yeah,
Nah.
I always like that saying. My dad used to tell me that a lot. Son, you're going to be dumb. You got to be
You,
dumb.
that's right. What in the world are you Googling?
Duck,
It's just a
go.
bunch of pictures of elephants.
Well, I put elephant ant.
Elephant ant. Now, what is this thing called? I'm going to Google, like, huge red ant. Huge
See,
red and black.
he left that part out.
Mm-hmm.
That's it right there.
No, I ain't never seen it.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of that.
Could.
Those things are gigantic.
What in the world?
Wow.
What even is that? It lit him up, man. And we
Jeez.
tried to kill it afterwards. I tried to like stomp on
They're
it.
mean. They're tough.
Yeah, it would not give it. And I was like, see, look, he's got to be dumb.
Right.
So anyway, 5 minutes later, he was done crying about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that was a tough lesson. Like, I felt bad for the kid. I
Right.
felt like, man, I wish I could just be like, it's all right, buddy.
That's rough.
But his dad was on it. His dad was like, man, I'm telling you, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. You sit there and deal with it. You're going to reach your hand down there.
That's right.
First of all, we all know that it don't look like it's good.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you could just look at it and be like, no, I'm not touching that.
Good.
Yeah.
And he did it, so it is what it is.
Suffer the
Oh, I gotta
consequences.
stop this. I gotta restart this thing.
Why?
Just the
one?
next. Yeah.
You gonna learn today?
I'm gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all got. It's time for another motivational thought, Brett.
Another lesson learned.
Floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. You could apply that to the gospel.
Yeah.
You could sneak up on them, people that don't know about it, and just put it in their ear. I don't know what kind of sense that makes.
Float like a butterfly, sneak like a bee.
Sneak like a bee.
What's the what's the Bible verse about? The word of God is sharp like a double-edged sword. Am I wrong here?
No.
How does it finish?
I know what you're talking about.
How does it finish out? I feel like that's kind of like float like. It to me it says have the power but know when to use it.
Well,
Right?
there's-
Be able
Yeah,
to maneuver in and out of situations and like not just be
know when
brute
it's your
force.
opportunity to strike.
Yeah, don't just be running around brute force all the time. I'll tell you what, mine with the show me a man that's never made a mistake. That's like that runs through my mind. I can't tell you how many times I screw up and I'm like,
You ask all the people that are successful now. You go back and ask them, how many times did you fail? Right? How many bad days did you have? How many? And they're like, man, a million of them. Right?
yeah, was it Thomas Edison? I think it was either Thomas Edison with the light bulb or it was I may be wrong. George Washington Carver. Was
Yeah.
that the guy that did the peanut butter or peanuts?
Peanuts, the cotton gin, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was one of those two guys. They asked him like, it may have been Thomas Edison. He failed like a bunch of times, like 10,000 times or something. And they were like, "How does it feel to mess up?" Or like, "How did you feel like messing up that many times?" And he was like, "I didn't mess up." He was like, "I found 10,000 ways to not make a light bulb."
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, that's
Process
such a
of
good
elimination.
outlook, right?
Yeah,
Half empty, half full.
that's right. What's the
I
verse?
found Psalm 149:6 says, "Let the high praises of God be in their throats and two-edged swords in their hands."
Nope, that's not it. This is like the word of God is like a double-edged sword piercing through something. Right? It's right there on the tip. Just Google the word of God as a double-edged sword.
2 Timothy 1, 9, and 10, maybe.
You know you're gonna, Chris, if you don't make it on this podcast, you're gonna
Yeah.
be our
Okay.
tech guy that's running the computer in the background,
Okay.
looking up things, putting videos up for us to look at.
What is again?
You don't remember it already?
No.
The word of God is sharp like a double-edged sword. I may be totally off base here. Like, it may not be it at all.
I mean,
Brett's already got it. Maybe Brett's going to be our computer guy.
for the word of God is alive and active,
This is
sharper
it.
than any double-edged sword. It penetrates even to dividing soul and spirit, joints and marrow. It judges the thoughts and attitudes of the heart. Hebrews 4:12.
That had nothing to do with float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
But I like the verse.
But we
It's
got
a
the
great verse. Yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
verse. Sharper than a double-edged sword, not sharp like a double-edged sword.
Sharper than.
Sharper than any double-edged sword.
That's good.
That's very good.
How do you apply that to life?
That verse?
Yeah.
Well, I think that just speaks to the power of the Bible and how much you should lean on it, right? How often you should go to it for your advice and for your troubles and for your discretionary and any anything really. I mean, read it again.
For the word of God is alive and active, sharper than any double-edged sword. It penetrates even the dividing soul and spirit, joints and marrow. It judges the thoughts and attitudes of the heart.
I like that. It divides even soul and spirit.
Hmm.
That's who was it? Was it Aaron that preached on that?
Yeah, that's like the world.
Yep.
The lost
soul
and the
is world.
saved?
No,
Maybe? No?
what?
The soul and the spirit.
The soul and
No, the soul and the spirit. I
That's
don't
it-
think you
that's
heard
the-
that message.
That's the battle inside.
Yeah,
right?
it's an internal battle, right? You have the world, and then you have your soul, and then you have the spirit.
You have your spirit man and your soul man,
Mm-hmm.
and that the soul man is the world, right?
Yep.
And then the spirit is the Holy Spirit, God.
That's pretty
And those
good.
It is
battles.
good.
And it's saying basically to me, it's saying the Bible is the discernment between. It's how you know what is of the world and what is of the spirit.
And
right?
how do you know that? You have to know the word to know that, right?
Agreed.
So
Correct.
if you don't know the word, then you don't know what. You can't judge those thoughts.
That's good. I like that. You gonna be all right, Chris?
Yeah, I'm good. I just couldn't hear myself.
That's why we got headphones.
That's right.
He was like,
I didn't want to run into the mic.
"Oh no, you could do it. Look,
I've already bumped
These
it.
don't
Already
these don't
bumped
make
the camera.
noises.
yeah, like mine. Mine's over here. I'm just touching cables."
Hello.
Well, gentlemen, I think that wraps it up. That's a good talk.
It was.
I like talks like that.
I always enjoy it. Feel like we've been here a little while today. Had plenty to talk about.
It does. We've been
Sorry
here
about that.
since
11:30.
noon, I think.
Yeah.
It is
It's time.
currently. Is it
Sunday.
9? No, it's
It's
7
8.
something.
Yeah.
Sunday fun day.
It's almost time to eat again.
Well, we're officially live now on all the podcast streaming services since the last episode. I got us up. The only one we're not on right now is Apple Podcasts, which we're pending, and I think Google Podcasts, which we're also pending.
Very cool.
So Spotify, I don't know all of them, but I'll list them in the description or something. But we're basically on all your. If you go to any podcast service, you can Google,
Google
or
it
you
up.
can search us.
What's the
and
name
you'll
of it?
find us. So I took a little liberty here.
Okay.
It's called the
The
ManCast.
ManCast.
Okay.
Welcome to this episode. At the very end of this episode of the ManCast, this is episode 2, and
I like it.
I just thought, man, I didn't want to call it the Man Podcast.
Mhm.
I didn't want to call it the Man Show.
Yeah.
I
it's
didn't
been
wanna
taken
call it-
before.
Has it been taken?
I think it was a TV show about
I
it.
feel
Is it
like
called
it was
the
on
Ma- Oh, was that the
Comedy
one
Central
where-
or something.
Where the
Hey,
2 dudes, Adam, what's his name?
Carolla.
Yep, Adam Carolla. Yep.
It's kind of risque.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
They would like chug beer all the time, and yeah.
One of those deals.
Yep. Okay, well, anyway, it's called the ManCast. Look it up. You won't be disappointed. We're going to get nothing but deeper and have more fun and have some different people on. I'm getting tired of these guys already.
All right. Sounds good.
So, thank you guys for being here,
Thank you, buddy.
and we'll see you guys next week.
See you soon.
See ya.